everybody, welcome to the Waldock Way. I'm Jessica. Today's video is a mid-year review. So we are in the middle of our homeschool year. We are going to be doing a review and an update for you of where we're at. This is a collaboration and it is hosted by April from The Simple Rugged Path and Ingrid from Mommy and Mia Homeschool Chronicles. And I will leave their channel description, the channel links and the playlist in the description box down below. Make sure you check it out because you're going to want to see everybody's. All right, so if you did not see it yet, I will make sure that I link up here our first grade homeschool choices. So you will see what we said we were going to do going into first grade. And I am also going to put a disclaimer in here. When I did that video, I should have been more clear that what I chose for us to use for homeschooling was not going to be a simple, we're just going to do this from the start to the back and that's going to be our year, because that's how we roll, because it's not. We use curriculum as resources, not as like the end all be all. I am okay with using 10 different resources and pulling different things. I'm okay with using no curriculum and winging it. As long as we hit what my end goals are for the homeschool year, I don't really care how we get there. So what I chose for that video that you saw for first grade was the path I thought we would take to get there. And yes, some of that has already changed. So I will also link a Let's Chat about curriculum up here. It's going to go into a little more detail about what I mean about curriculum. So for language arts, in the beginning of the year, what I had chosen was the Good and the Beautiful, level 1. And I had also chosen to use the Explode the Code Book 3. And some hands-on grammar like centers. There was like clip cards and matching and sorting and like board games and stuff. So we got through lesson 15 with the Good and the Beautiful. When really, I will say that this is a full language arts. You would absolutely not need anything else if this is what you were using. We got through lesson 15 though, and Emily started to struggle with it, which this actually happened with the kindergarten or the K last year. About, I think it was like lesson 20, or it may have been not quite that far because kindergarten was less, but about a third of the way through the book, she kind of hit a brick wall and she started struggling. And so we put it to the side for like 3 months, and then we came back to it and she flew through the rest of the book in a matter of maybe 2 months. So while I think that is probably what will happen this school year, I'm okay with us setting it to the side for now. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the Good and the Beautiful level 1. Their language arts is very in-depth, but it is also very advanced. So I'm okay setting this to the side for now. So that is what we're doing, is not finishing it as of right now. Emily does still do her Explode the Code level 3. She does it when and if she feels like it. This is not something that I require, because she's reading and phonetically she's ahead of where I had planned for her to be at the end of this year. So this isn't something I push. However, she has gotten about 29 to 30 pages done in this so far. Now, when we set the Good and the Beautiful aside, I did order the first language lessons level 1. And the reason I had not used this previously was because I really honestly thought it would bore her to tears. It is extremely repetitive. It goes over the same concept for days on end, and it's very repetitive. So I thought it was going to bore her to tears, but it hasn't. She has enjoyed this. She enjoys that it is very verbal. It's a lot of me and her talking. It's not very worksheet based. She also enjoys that we can do it on the couch versus, it being like a table time thing. And she enjoys the confidence that it gives her. So where she was kind of starting to struggle with the Good and the Beautiful because they were giving her more of a spiral method approach, the first language lessons is a mastery approach. So she has really enjoyed this. So far we are on lesson, 32. We are on lesson 32 in this. And because we switched to that, I have only done the hands-on grammar center packs that have corresponded, and that has only hit on nouns and then proper and common nouns so far. So those are the only ones that we've done because that's all that first language lesson has introduced. I also pulled my Brave Writer Jot It Down back out We're not necessarily doing a project that is outlined in the Jot It Down, but I reread it to refresh my memory, and I guess infuse a lot of their concepts and the way that Julie says to do Jot It Down into other areas. So with our Passport to Adventures, that has copy work included with it, and then we do Free Write Fridays, and we do a tea time on Tuesdays, a poetry tea time on Tuesdays, and then we do one writing, like a quick writing story or project a week. So that could be one of her roll of story cards, or it's she's asked to write a book, so we wrote a book, or just whatever it is, we come up with some sort of writing project or prompt every week for her. And I kind of use the Jot It Down method for that. I highly recommend anything from Julie. Like, it's all amazing. For math, I had said that we were going to be doing Life of Fred and the Moffat Girls Math Made Fun. Now, for the Moffat Girls Math Made Fun, what I did is I printed the practice sheets and I bound them. I'll be honest, she's done maybe 10 practice sheets. She is just, sometimes she absolutely loves worksheets and she will fly through them. So far, she hasn't been in a worksheet mood like here at the house. Now, she loves the Moffat Girls No Prep packs and she does those in the car like crazy, but we just haven't done a lot of the practice worksheets. Here, I can actually show you some. We just haven't done a lot of the practice worksheets for the Math Made Fun. We have done all of the centers though, which is the more hands-on part of it, up through place value, which I believe is unit 4, and there's 9 units. Now, for Life of Fred, we did Apples, which was our review book from last year, so we went back through Apples to refresh her memory. We have gone all the way through Butterflies, and we are on chapter 9 of Cats, which means we're halfway through Cats. What I expect to happen, and I could be wrong, but what I expect to happen is for us to start Dogs, and very quickly within Dogs for her to hit a brick wall, which is supposed to happen. Life of Fred is intended for you to kind of hit a brick wall, and when that happens and you can't go any further with the concepts, they suggest you either go all the way back to the beginning or go back a few books and then work your way back up to the book that you were at. And at that point, you'd be ready to move on. Because my goal for this year was to only get through Cats. If we get through Cats and we go ahead and start Dogs and she hits that brick wall, I probably will not take her back. We will probably either find something else to do for a little bit, or we will simply game school. I don't know exactly where we'll go. I'll let you know when I know, but I probably will not go back and review. I will probably wait until the beginning of next school year to go back to Cats and work our way back up through it. So for our science, our history, and our geography, we are using Passport to Adventures, which is a curriculum that I designed for her to go with the Magic Treehouse books, because that's what she asked for, was to do Magic Treehouse School this year. We have made it through 8 of these units, and there's 30 units in this portion of the curriculum. The reason we've only made it through 8 is because so far she has loved every unit we've done so much that we've extended them for 2 weeks instead of the standard 1 week they were designed to be done. And so that's fine. So we have done 16 weeks worth of unit studies, and that's fine with me. I had no goal to get through the entire thing, and when we finish it, we finish it. So that's fine. For nature, we were going to do the Florida Junior Ranger, which we have done about 12 of 33 of these, projects, because this is actually her 4-H. This will turn into her 4-H project for the year. So we have done that. And then for Exploring Nature, we have done the fall and now the winter Exploring Nature. But that's it. We have not done any of the Spanish I had hoped that we would do. We've done none of the health, none of the safety. And I'm okay with that, because I know that homeschool kind of comes in waves. And for us, this first part of the year was a very bad one. We had a lot of death in the family. We had a lot of sickness in the family. And we got to the main important things. I looked at my bookshelf on the app, and we've read over 200 books. I know we've probably played over 100 games. And we have gone on some amazing field trips like Disney World and Kennedy Space Center. And we have gone to the Smoky Mountains, and we've gone to many of the Florida state parks. So I am okay with where we're at. I'm actually thrilled with where we're at. We're further along than I would have expected us to have been with the things that happened through to our family for the past 6 months. And not only that, but we've also had an amazing morning basket every month, and we've kept up with that. And I include enough in our morning basket to kind of hit those goals that I want to hit, even if we did none of this other curriculum. So I'm thrilled with where we're at. I'm thrilled with all of the resources that I've chosen, even the ones that maybe aren't working for us in this season of our life. I have a feeling they're going to work in a season in the near future. So let me know in the comments down below if you are still using what you started using or if you've changed things too. Because I have a feeling that you've probably all changed something since you started on the path you chose 6 months ago.